Shalom. We give all praises to my Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of New York and Connecticut. Peace. Many salutations to you brothers out there telling the truth, which include you affiliated brothers. Before I begin this lesson, I would like to start off with Proverbs 3 and 35. And it states, the wise shall inherit glory, but shame should be the promotion of fools. And, we are in a time in which Esau Edom is being exposed for its lies against humanity as a whole. And one catalyst to this shame that is given unto Esau Edom is the situation that's in Israel. Now, if you've been paying attention, there's been various protests at college campuses against the situation that's going on in Gaza, which, a substantial amount of Palestinians are being killed by the Israeli army, the IDF. In numerous ways of being bombed, of being starved, and millions have been displaced. And people are seeing this and they're outraged. They're actually stating that the numbers of Palestinians that died have, within a month, a couple of months span. It just happened, the whole situation, the attack on Israel happened in October. And since then, the numbers in which the people have been died, have died, I should say, is more than the whole H situation that happened in the early 1900s against the small hats. If you get my drift, so this is a modern day G to the side. You know what I'm saying? And people are outraged. The old rhetoric of anti-Semitic is not working anymore, and people are now seeing that this is a occupation. It's a military occupation, man, to displace those Palestinians. And people are seeing these things, and they're disgusted, which rightfully so. You know, those people aren't supposed to be in the land because, one, they're not Israelites, and two, Yahweh Shai has not returned to place us in that land. See, when the true Israelites are to enter into that land, the various one is the various kingdoms which will be subdued under Yahweh Shai. And two, there will be no war on the planet Earth, which we're starting to see the exact. We're seeing, not starting, but we're seeing the exact opposite of this. We're seeing all out turmoil and violence. Which is clearly against the scriptures. Okay. And now, secularly speaking, people are starting to see the atrocities that's occurring in Gaza, and they're speaking up against it. And of course, there's a black backlash from the small head community. Okay, there's a backlash in these two ideologies are clashing, and we're seeing this clash in the U.S. at various campuses. And so, with this clash, you got people being arrested, being suspended from school, being, threatened to to be locked up, fined, um, ostracized from the campus. This is what, these small hatters are doing. And it's all based off of wickedness, and it's all based off of a lie, essentially. Okay. They like to say, oh, Israel has a right to defend itself, but this is not defense. This that they're on the offense, and they're killing millions of people. Okay. They're starving people, and the majority of these people that are dying are children. Okay. Bombing hospitals and stating that, oh, well, Hamas was underneath it. And it's just total lie. And people are running with these lies, and these lies are getting exposed. So I was watching The Hill, and the sister, Brianna Joy Gray, was bringing out the hypocrisy of, the coverage that you see, with the far right in their lies that they're perpetuating to condone the war in Gaza, and also just exposing how people that are speaking up against these lies are being ostracized at these various campuses. Okay, so I have a couple of precepts here that I wrote down. I just really wanted to play. This whole video is very good. Now, if I can remember, I'll leave it in the description box and also in the comments, because this is good coverage. And, this is, more ammo to our cause. You know what I'm saying? Esau Edom is living with that sword. Um, and it's apparent who Esau Edom is more and more. And this situation that we see occurring is a more indication of who Esau Edom is. Okay, so let's play this.
All right, Brianna, what's on your radar?
Well, Robbie, if outright lies are a sign of a movement in desperation, then the pro-Zionist movement might be cooked. As you know, for months, the media has been working in overdrive to
Fair use, okay?
Play atrocities committed by Israel against Palestinians, while credulously endorsing unsubstantiated and since disproven stories about, say, 40 beheaded babies, mass rapes on October 7th, and Hamas headquarters under now destroyed hospitals. A leaked New York Times internal memo revealed that journalists are discouraged from using the words genocide, ethnic cleansing, occupied territory, refugee camps, or even the word Palestine at the New York Times. And a quantitative analysis by The Intercept conducted back in January showed that Palestinians were mentioned less in the news the more the death toll mounted. And words like slaughter and massacre were used 60 times more when referring to Israelis versus Palestinians, even as the Palestinian death toll reached tens of thousands.
So there you go. You have it to where the media is being told, basically not to tell the truth, and basically lie in favor of the state of Israel, man, which is it's wicked, it's a very wicked thing, to formulate a lie so you can condone slaughtering thousands of people, man. Okay, but this is Esau Edom. This is what he does. This is Isaiah 32:4. The heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerer shall be ready to speak plainly. This is us. We are speaking with the knowledge of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai and condoning this man's ways right before his eyes. And, we, the Israelites, starting with the apostles and the elders and their elders, we really are a huge catalyst with, the wagging of the hand or the condemning of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? Or the Israeli state, I should say. It says, verse 5, the vile person shall no more be called, shall no more called liberal, nor the true shall be said to be bountiful. The vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy. And this is what we see going on now. We see utter hypocrisy being practiced on the earth. That it's very hypocritical for these people who are pro-Israel to say that, Israel has the right to defend themselves, yet, condone, bombing, indiscriminately hospitals, man, and then lying about the reason why they did so, lying about, people being killed, yet they said that they were attacked, because of presidency, of the Hamas, which doesn't even represent the people. Okay, that's total hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? Back to it. Isaiah 32:6. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy and to utter error against Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fall. This is exactly what we see going on in Israel. The various aid and things of that nature that, is supposed to be given unto the citizens of the Palestinians. The IDF is blocking it, man. So a lot of people are starved or are being starved out. The scriptures say it's worse to die in Lamentation. It's worse to die from the sword, from famine than it is the sword. So you got kids, that are basically wasting away before their parents' eyes. So it's, it's a messed up situation. Now we know that the Palestinians, the majority of them are Ishmaelites. You have some Israelites amongst them. The majority of them are Ishmaelites. So, we're not either or, but we're pro-truth. Okay, we're pro-truth. And the fact of the matter is, Esau Edom, is up to his old tricks, lying and destroying people, man. Okay, for his hidden agenda. All right, this dude will kill millions of people and set up vacation homes in their stead, man. This dude is cruel as hell, bro. Okay, Isaiah 32:7. The instruments also of the true are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak right. You see that? And this is exactly what we see going on. Okay. Right.
New reporting from E. Alex Young in the New York Magazine details how the ADL's Jonathan Greenblatt openly lobbied MSNBC for more pro-Israel coverage, saying right on Morning Joe, out in the open, who was writing the scripts? Hamas? And he was successful. As one employee told Young, everyone put the screws to NBC and MSNBC to change the tenor of our coverage. Another employee told him that around October 7th, Context was not welcome. Context was a bad word. Empathy for Palestinians felt forbidden inside MSNBC. Yet despite these feats of media engineering, the public still overwhelmingly supports a permanent ceasefire in Gaza and conditioning military aid to Israel, even if Biden doesn't. This media battle may in part have motivated the TikTok ban, which successfully passed the Senate yesterday. All that's left now is for Biden to sign it into law. Authoritarianism isn't something to fear if Trump is reelected. It's already here. Biden and Trump, establishment Democrats and Republicans alike, have backed the ban, and they're not being discreet about why.
So now she's saying that TikTok is being banned, and one of those one reason why is the massive amount of videos that are against the occupation that's going on in Gaza. Okay, there's too much truth coming out. Okay, this is, this is a telltale sign that the various these various enchantments that Esau Edom was able to do in the past are no longer working, man. Okay? They're no longer working. I'm going to play this a little bit more, and I'm going to get another scripture.
So fond of it. Take a listen to NYU professor Scott Galloway blaming pro-Palestine protests on TikTok.
What might sound paranoid doesn't mean I'm wrong. I think we are being manipulated, specifically youth, to their frame for the world is TikTok. And if you look at TikTok, there are 52 videos that are pro-Hamas or pro-Palestinian for every one served on Israel. I think that we are being manipulated. I think Americans are easier to fool than convinced they've been fooled. But if I were the CCP, I'd be doing exactly the same thing.
He's not the only one. Fox News hosted a TikTok star with 1 million followers who, ostensibly against his own interest, also supports a ban because Hamas.
You really have seen since October 7th especially, the algorithm seems to have taken a bit of an ominous turn. I mean,
look at this weirdo got damn fingernail polish on. And this guy, is a famous TikToker. But he's speaking against TikTok. He's probably paying some substantial amount of money because of the situation that we see going on in Gaza, man. People are speaking up against it, bro. So they'll pay these guys like this to run a campaign to make Israel seem like the victim. Like, oh, they're just being lied on, and they're just trying to fight for their land, defend themselves. And, you have these guys that are just pro-terrorists that's doing all this, they're saying all these mean things, and the public are looking at this guy like, man, what the hell are you talking about, man? Those people are being slaughtered over there, bro. You know what I'm saying? The old way. These old lies aren't working anymore, Akyam. You see that? And the reason why is because the truth has entered into the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Has risen and is in its via the prophets. Okay? They can't pull a fast one on the world anymore, man. And this is a telltale sign that Esau Edom is going down. See, when ideologies change, the old way, and the people who condone the old way, are not only ridiculed, but taken out of the way. And we see that going on. See, everything is spiritual and is manifest through the spirit. Okay? We're out here condemning this place, condemning the lies of Esau Edom, and the world is now taking that same rhetoric, when it comes to war. Okay. All right. And in particular, war in Gaza. Now, this is Isaiah 41, and I I'll get straight to it. Isaiah 41:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. This is talking about Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, right? If you read up in verse 1, shame is covering his Esau, Edom's face, and America is a part of it. Okay, America is Babylon the Great, man. America is not only condoning these attacks, but aiding these attacks, man. So this place is being condemned right along with Israel, man. Right? Amalek is bringing them to the battle, as is spoken about in Jeremiah 15:45. Okay? It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit down silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very, very heavily laid thy yoke. And this is what we see going on, man. Throughout the world, here, really in particular, in Babylon the Great, man. Esau, Edom, has been very cruel to our people, you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, and has used these lies and these enchantments to perpetuate wickedness. You see the whole, manipulation of sex being, and they have made Judah the face of this. You know what I'm saying? And this is another reason why this place has to be destroyed, man. Because of the lies and the enchantments that Esau, Edom has used to destroy the people. Okay? Verse 7, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thine heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, that are given to pleasures, that joyless carelessly, that says in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children, widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. You see that? So Most High is going to destroy Babylon the Great for its sorceries and its enchantments. And a part of that sorcery is that media, man. He's able to spin these various events to his various events to his liking, and lie to the people and make them and induce them, I should say, to believe in that narrative, man. He does that with every facet of life. What I'm saying? Not only with this war in Gaza, but in everything that you see. It's a lie. Think about it. Marketing. You got, billions of dollars being spent on marketing. With for just food that's sickening the people. Like places like McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, all that, They paint it as if it's good, wholesome food, but this food is killing you. That's the sorcery. You know what I'm saying? The whole perversion of sexuality. He pushes it as if it's a civil rights endeavor. And really it's a way to control the population. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look into evolution, or the whole doctrine of evolution, which is Esau Edom's way of perpetuating himself as the top race on the world via pseudoscience, a way in which he's able to control the population, of you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, and particularly so-called Negroes, is to pervert sex. Okay, but he does it under the banner of being liberal. That's sorcery. Okay, so all the sorcery that Esau Edom uses, man, is going to be brought to naught. And this guy's going to be taken out of the way. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. All right. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with thy multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. You see that? So Esau Edom, his ways has perverted him, right? But his ways are going to lead to his destruction. Those sorceries, those enchantments, it's going to come to naught. And we see these various enchantments, being utilized, in the media with the coverage of the Hamas versus the IDF situation, man. You see what I'm saying? So they're utilizing, again, that old playbook of victimhood. Yet, people are calling them out on a BS. Okay? Even though they're getting cats like this, to lie.
You're really seeing Gen Z become Gen T, Gen terrorism. And I say that not just as a joke, but as a reality.
There's a $5,800 spending card going out to migrants, but you can also get it.
Of course, that is not reality. Gen Z doesn't support terrorism or Osama bin Laden, as he later claims in that clip. But social media did allow Osama bin Laden's 2001 Why I Did It letter to finally be read widely, decades after it had been suppressed by Western media. And folks too young to remember 9/11 learned what many of us who were old enough to know better had forgotten or buried. That bin Laden cited U.S. support for, quote, the oppressive Israelis and their occupation of our Palestine as a motive for the 9/11 attacks. The kids aren't supporting Osama bin Laden. Rather, they're wisely asking whether, 2 decades and several forever wars later, Palestinian statehood would have been a quicker path to peace than a war on terror. The TikTok influencer called Gen T for terrorists, but the terrorism that's motivating Gen Z and the majority of Americans isn't conducted by Hamas. They're motivated by the gruesome images of slain, starving, and injured Palestinians, the 13,000 murdered children, flattened schools, a father collecting pieces of his children in a plastic bag, images that have become ubiquitous on TikTok. These images are shared not because China wants it to be.
That word ubiquitous means everywhere, just for edification. So these various videos that she's alluding to is seen everywhere on TikTok. This is why TikTok is such a threat, because the reality of what's going on is being seen. People are disgusted. Okay? People are disgusted. This guy, that Bati boy, had the nerve to call people a terrorist, man. You a terrorist, man, with your perversion. Okay?
So that because moral hearts feel compelled to share them as part of an appeal to make it stop. But in the face of a clear American consensus that the siege must end, the American state only has one response: authoritarianism. The House Senate Rashida Tlaib, the only Palestinian American in Congress, for demanding freedom for Palestine from the river to the sea. Congress passed a resolution defining anti-Zionism as anti-Semitism. According to our government, to criticize a foreign government is tantamount to a hate crime. The Biden administration has engaged in Orwellian.
So that's the pass a law to say if you're anti-Zionism, you're anti-Semitism. Meaning, basically, if you ain't for us, displacing these people and killing these people, man, you anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? And they got these laws that they utilize to pass so much wickedness, bro. So much wickedness, man. Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. And this is what we see going on. You know what I'm saying? With these various laws that are being passed to condone this G to the side. You know what I'm saying?
In doublespeak, claiming it supports a two-state solution, while just days ago it vetoed a resolution blocking full UN membership for Palestine, a place so taboo, remember, that the New York Times recommends not referring to Palestine at all. And now for one of the greatest disappearing tricks in the history of modern media, an explosive story about mass graves filled with hundreds of Palestinians is being, ironically, buried under a mountain of coverage about student protests at elite universities. It took nearly a week for the mainstream media to finally report on this story. More than 300 bodies pulled from a mass grave in the southern city of Khan Yunis. Local authorities report and photographs corroborate that some of the bodies were found with bound hands and feet, indicating possible field executions or people who may have been buried alive. One handcuffed corpse, whose picture circulated widely on social media, was wearing scrubs, raising questions as to whether he was a slaughtered medical professional. When questioned by the New York Times about whether Israeli forces killed and buried these victims, Israel declined to address the claims. A top UN official yesterday called for an inquiry into the mass graves, but if you're wondering what our own government has to say about it, well, take a listen.
On Saturday, the Palestinian civil defense crews have uncovered a mass grave with 180 people, including women, men, and children, that Israel had basically killed those people. That's what they're saying. Are you aware of the report, and do you have any comment on it?
I've seen those reports, and we are inquiring about it with the government of Israel.
Will the U.S. press the Israelis to find out more about this?
That's exactly what we're doing.
Don't worry, they're inquiring about it. Note that I had.
So you got 300 people, boom, shot in the head, some bitches straight buried alive. And more than likely they're women and children, man. This is what this man does. Again, you have to understand this is Esau Edom, and he is to rule by that sword. And he's doing an excellent job, man. This is Habakkuk 2:16. Thou are filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shame for spewing shall be on thy glory. And this is what we see going on, man. This man glory is being frowned upon, man. His ways, his policies are being frowned upon, man. Okay? And the truth is the reason why this is happening. Shalom.